Hello guys, today we want to view one of the most amazing games on French Winawer. The game was actually very amazing and very tactical. The players were Trosh and the famous Trosh with the white pieces and Mikhail Botvinnik with the black pieces in 1945. In Moscow, it was a USSR championship. So let's go through the game and analyze it. Okay, the game was e4, e6, the French defense, d4, d5, knight to c3, and here black early goes on the pinning the knight. So doesn't play knight to c6, of course, because we are just viewing the French Winawer, okay? The French Winawer. The French Winawer variation that was bishop b4, okay? So bishop b4, e5, c5, attacking the center, focusing on the center. So a3 usually black has to take, and now takes bc knight e7. One of the possibilities were queen to a5, knight to e7 was played, knight f3, queen a5 now, bishop d2 defending the pawn, and here actually black is making the usual and typical mistakes in this kind of positions. Okay, as I discussed in the previous game, c4 is a wrong move because you are just unfocusing. You are not just focusing on the center. You with the pawn on what's the aim of c5? But the aim of c5 is actually pressuring the center, okay? You put pressure on this white center, okay? If you go here, then there is no pressure, okay? So, black actually played c4, which is a mistake, but one of the possibilities were bishop d7 after c4 just I attack the queen. So you must do queen c7 after cd. Of course, you can just take with the knight or the pawn, but I just view the pawn chapters on d5, and after c3, knight b to c6, and we have bishop to e2, h6, chancellor, rook e1. Usually, I just have a normal game, and both have equal advantage, and there is no advantage for any white or black. Okay, so but one of the possibilities, of course, was b6, which is a little mistake in this kind of position because of a4. Okay, a4 is strong for white, and usually c4 is not usually played. Okay, so one of the targets maybe could be this. So after a4, if you play something like this, maybe yeah, bishop b5 is dead retreat. Why is it dead retreat? Because of pushing c4 and trapping the queen. Okay, bishop b5, bishop d7. Okay, but c4, just trapping the queen. Okay, so the queen will be just trapped here. So you must take care of that. So you play c4 to prevent bishop b5. Okay. So, but it is not a good run. So, but if Asher Black doesn't play c4 and plays queen to one of the possibilities were queen to a4. Now after c4, but c4, okay, a4 knight to g6 as was mentioned. So yeah, b6 c4 we played, and here let's see, after b6 black goes actually white actually goes c4 himself, not a4, and now here c4 is maybe the second best move for white. It attacks the queen. If the queen moves on a4, we have cd, ed, c4. So we have the queen exchange because the queen was on the attack. See, so we just have queen exchange, then takes this, and after here bishop h6 is the usual play to just exchange with the white bishop. So after cd, if you knight d, this is actually a very common mistake, is after knight d5, and white, if white takes on c5, you just don't have to take it back, because if you take it back, you will just fall into a tactic. I let you guys a little think what happens after if Brad actually plays b takes on c5 here. So, okay, I hope you answered it correctly. It is after bishop c5, bishop c5, there is bishop h6, threatening to take the pawn and also threatening to take the knight and also the pawn, okay, eventually the pawn. So Brad cannot play here, you must use a castle, and after that you just play cd, and knight hb is possibility, but the best move here is a takes on b6, and after those trades we have just a nearly normal position. But let's see, after bc, if Brad falls into the trap and takes on c5, we just go bishop h6. Bishop h6, amazing move. Now I am threatening to somehow take the bishop on a6. I'm just threatening to take on b7, and I'm just threatening to take on the knight on d5. So black, because black press move is maybe bishop b7. After takes this, here bishop h6 with just play. Okay, so now we go actually back to the main line. So here, and as I said, black mistakenly played the move c4, which is wrong because it just unfocuses on the center. Why you should play c5? Because you are just attacking the white center. But why you should push c4? It's okay, it's gaining that space, but it's also making a little problem with your dark bishop square, because if you just push, okay, where is this bishop belongs? You see it's the color of your bishops. Your pawns are just trapping your bishop. Okay, it's bad, and black should usually play somehow b6 and trade this, right? Trade this bishop, bad bishop, with the white best bishop to give, not to give chance to attack. Okay, so b6 is for that. b6 makes a space for the bishop to just be to trade with the goodest put white bishops. Okay, so okay, but unfortunately c4 was played. Very bad move. Okay, and here a4 was played. After that, knight to b, knight to b6, yes. And now it was actually better for white to attack directly, okay, to the king side. I mean by playing knight to g5. Knight to g5. If just black mistakenly just castles, then he gets into big trouble. After what? After just castling, yeah, bishop comes to h5, pressuring this. If you play g6, you get another trouble. It's just queen at 12-3. Wonderful. If you just take, I just take and just mate. And just take and mate. Okay. So there is no defense here, and there is no way to defend this mate. You are just mated. Okay. After maybe here, something like this, you just get mated. Okay, so after knight to g5, yeah, this is it. And if Bragg has actually three options, which best option is h6. h6 for him is the best option, which actually will lead to something like that. Okay, and if the greedy move, knight to h knight takes on a4 will just be played, but he will again be in the serious trouble here. After knight takes a4, we have again that idea bishop to h5. Bishop h5 threatening to take. If you play g6, what we do? We just go queen to f3. Yeah, actually, queen to f3. After g6, we just play queen to f3. So after g6, queen to f3. If you take queen f3, also pressure defends this pawn and this pawn, no, but our aim is just to what? To take on f7. So after that, if it captures the knight, then queen. First, we can also play queen to takes f7. We can also play queen f6, threatening to take the rook. After queen f6, we are just threatening to take the rook. And if rook f8, we just play it and we just take and maybe this. Okay, queen takes and knight takes on h7. Knight to actually what? Knight to g6. Yeah, knight to g6 defending. Then computer suggests g4, but the more human move is just knight takes f8. Okay, and if oh sorry, what happened there? Knight takes a4 here. Okay, if rook g8 just played, just take on f7. After that, we just take on h7. We are just threatening to go here and win material. If bishop d7 played, after just here, and if rook h8, just the move was simple cursor is good. Now, actually, if you look at this position, we just have the f pawn, g, and h pawn. Okay, so we just have a strong attack with the king safety. The problem is mainly the king safety here, because Now bishop g5 is also coming, and it's just opening the lines. Okay, so but white, unfortunately, Mr. Trush didn't actually go for knight g5. It would be very interesting though. So we can just simple castle it, and bot finish just take on took on h4, a4. After knight to h4 from white, knight g6 offering the trade of pieces, because as I said, this knight is very tricky. Okay, so we should somehow eliminate this knight. Okay, so h, surely we just take with the h pawn. We just don't take with the f, which we should take the pawn, which is closest and attacking the center. Okay, so here it just attacks the somehow center, not with the side pass. You just don't capture with that. So it takes g6, so it's great. And rook to e1, simple move. Bishop d7, bishop f5, b5, queen f3 defending the pawn and putting pressure on the f7 pawn again. Rook g8, rook b8, rook eb1, queen goes back. So note that these tactics are not available because after this stage the queen is just defending the rook on b8. So bishop to c1 defensive move, and also what? And here we see a very good idea from the both sides. Bishop c1. His aim is to go bishop a3 to just cover and doesn't let and control these squares. Okay, so and Botvinnik has a very nice idea in his mind. He says, okay, you want to go bishop a3, bishop d6, okay, right? But I play rook b6. If you play rook bishop d6, I take rook d6 and ed. I take just with the queen, and I have a nice position here. So after, so a4, a5, bishop a3. Now play what? The third is bishop d6 to take the rook. So we just play what? Rook b6. Yeah. If now white actually plays bishop d6, and exactly white plays that, but not now, and that's also a mistake in that position. We will just view that. If bishop d6 plays, then we just takes, and just take. Okay. We are also just threatening to take on h2, which is mate. So if white be careless, okay, so something like that. Okay, we just take and then mate. So if white actually plays now the move h3, then we just guess and bring the rook back, and just a simple move like queen g3 doesn't work, because if we take and we just take the pawn and just the fork, and we will win the game very easily. So after that rook b8, okay, so it was not right, and Brad could win eventually. So short for sure white didn't play bishop d6, because know that what village is just going for the exchange sacrifice. Exchange rook b6 doesn't actually take care of bishop d6 because he's just going to take that. Okay, so and white actually played queen g3 here to somehow. It's not actually very good because if you go here, it's not to my idea. The black's idea is not to take the pawn back. Okay? So queen g3 also goes for that. But black's idea is not to take the pawn. It's to just sacrifice the exchange and just push on the queen side. Okay, so after here, we have bishop d6, and as I said, we just do what? We just take the bishop. Take the bishop, takes, pardon me, and after I move h3, king here, rook e1, queen h4, surely offering the queen exchange because this is favorable for black. So white accurately avoids queen exchange by playing queen to e5, queen f6 offering the queen exchange, says no, queen g3. Now here, actually black wants to somehow force the queen exchange, okay, by playing what very nice idea from but minute we see rook h4, queen f4. But I don't know why actually Botman didn't play queen f4 then. He just played rook f4. Okay, so it was a rhetoric inaccuracy. Then actually, as I said, the main move that was played in the game was rook to f4, which is actually I don't know actually what happened, but maybe some ideas. Okay, but it was very bad. Queen f4 is the best move to force actually the queen exchange. Okay, so after queen to f4, which was not played in the game, white the best move maybe is rook f3 and takes on f7 with the judge. If you know if black goes just right here, then it is a blunder because rook to e7 the intermezzo, intermediate move, and then just taking on g3. Okay, so it's very bad mistake. So you cannot play king to e8. So black has to take on d6, and now we just take on g3. After here, takes, and takes on c3. We take on a5. We just push the pawn here, takes another pawn, and here could continue by playing rook to d1, but also the b3 move was not actually playable, and it's a mistake because of rook b8. The continuation is something like this, and rook b8. You are no longer controlling this and protecting this. It is very difficult. Maybe after move some like that, but expands himself on h4 and the king side. So, but the best move here actually was to play rook d1, threatening to take the bishop. And now if he plays rook to f8, protecting the bishop, now we just go what? b3. If takes takes, there is no rook b8 because we just take. Okay, so but in the game, actually, the move rook to f4 was great. Rook to f4 here, queen to h4, and here. Actually, it's very funny that black makes a mistake, and actually white could use to draw the game. You see what? And could you guess actually what black played here? Black just went for the early b4 game. Went for the early b4, and it's a very bad mistake because of bishop g4, blocking the connection between the queen and the rook. So black has to take the queen, and there were no good moves actually to in the future that black protects this pawn after rook to after rook to b1, protecting this pawn. Okay, so black played here, and Toulouse, okay, didn't understand and didn't get the problem with the move b4, and he played queen to h4, just helping black to go and back to actually take and back to defend this pawn. Wow, actually bishop g4 was very, so we see the continuation of bishop g4 now. So black should just take on g3. We just take with the what? F pawn here. Threatening to take and getting the tempo in the rook. So the best move here for black is rook to e4. But what happens after rook to, for example, f6? Rook to f6 has the problem of, pardon me, cb, ab, and just going to take the pawn. And actually, black doesn't use that trick of rook to e4. Rook to e4 is the best move for the black here, and it just settles a trap, settles a good trap for the white pieces. So let's see why. Rook to e4, we just take rook takes e4, takes stays. If you take, and I just take, what is the problem of rook to b1? Rook to b1 is blunder here. Why? I give you a little time to think. Rook to b1 is just very bad blunder because of the tricky f5 move. Rook to b1, f5. Now if you go, you have just two escalors to go with the bishop. Bishop here, e2 or d1. Anywhere you go, I just take the bishop, and if you go on bishop e2 or bishop d1, my moves are the same. I move what? Knight to c3. And you have no way actually to protect the bishop. So let's see, after here, here, let's go here, here. If you go here, I just what? Push. And my pawn is just going to be promoted. Okay? Again, after bishop d1, I just go here, take c1. Okay, you just cannot take, but you go into d6 and simply try to take the pawns and just make. Okay, some continuation could be this, king to d5. If you try to protect them, Maybe bishop to a4 just winning because I'm just threatening to take and take your pawn on c2, and there is no actual defense here. After bishop e2, I just take and just take the other pawn just winning. So here, actually, white should take care of that, and actually, it's very interesting that white best move here is d5. So you cannot take this way because your king is playing, and you cannot take this way because your knight is hanging there. So if you take, we take here. Okay. So after the move d5, bishop d5 is black's best try. E, D, F, E, and now rook b1 is possible. Why? Because there is no f5. Now you can win the pawn. But the position is still a draw. So, and white missed that chance to go bishop g4. Bishop g4 was missed. Praised queen takes on h4, rook takes on h4, and here but goes g3, which is not best. Maybe try. What is the problem of rook b1? Oh, there is rook d4. Okay, I see the problem. If takes, then rook d2, and rook d2 just taking the pawn. Okay, so we have just two passes. Two passes coming. So, and white entered by the move g3, helping black to just go rook h8, rook b8, defending this pawn. And but when it surely didn't, rook h8, took, rook b1, now we got what? Rook b8, yeah, h4, just playing with the pieces and eventually taking the pawn on d6. After taking on d6, we have g4, now to c3, attacking the rook on d1, going there, a little back and forth, here to threat the pawn. So that, just activate the root now, just closing, and here actually white is dead lost here. He has no good ways actually to defend the pawn on c2. One of the ways if you could try is this, but loses the pawn. Okay, so here we just lose the pawn. If you go here, I just do a fork. If you go here, I just go what? If you go here, a little question for you, I go b3. If you take, I just take your rook. Okay, so let's see together. If you go here, I just take the pawn. If you go here, I just play b3. If you take, I just take the rook. Okay, so, and I'm just also trying to push and maybe take you. Or if you go here, there is what? Knight to c3. Forking the two rooks, and actually after bishop to e2, white actually didn't wait for the white minute to move, and he did resign this game. Bishop e2 surely white minute to take the pawn and just push that. Knight coming, very bad position for white, cannot save it at all. Okay, thanks for watching this video. Please like and comment on the video. See you next time soon.